This is the Coleford Carnival of Transport, and we have the lovely old Austin Dormobile here. First in 3 years. With the relentless pandemic. There we are, that lovely old Dormobile. And other cars here. Bit of camaraderie here. Got the Jag, you've got the Bentley as well here. Good old Jags. There we are. Sorry, which ones are they? Military Land Rover there. And the Jaguar XJS there. Lovely old Dormobile there. Plus, all important lunch here. Being served through the catering vehicle there. Supplying burgers, etc. And I think there is a Wetherspoons here. An American import here as well. Now, this is the XJS, as I say, early 80s. Bentley here. Let's have a quick look. Leather. There are the Bentley Turbo R there. They were touch of class. Another touch of class. They were chauffeur here. The XJ Sovereign here. Touch of class. Are seen on Faulty Towers. Certainly the touch of class episode. Maybe not the Jag, but there we are. The military Land Rover here as well. Made in Solihull. Left-hand drive there, and another one next door. The first such carnival of transport in 3 years. There we are. They have a Land Rover there, military Land Rover. Of course, the great thing about these was how basic they were. Could go through water. Didn't matter if it got wet inside. Just drained out. There we are, the military Land Rover. Now we have the lovely old, now I think it's the Austin A35.
That's the one that's parked opposite mine, on the corner. Where's that?
Moving on here in Coleford, the town of Coleford, in the Forest of Dean. Buick Skylark there, the American Buick Skylark. That's quite massive. Love the old MG there as well. Right in the centre of Coleford here. Got the customised number plate there, certainly. 8142 MG. In the town of Coleford, in the Forest of Dean here. The MGYB saloon here, and next door we have the Triumph Stag here. Triumph Stag there, and moving on down the line, Sunbeam Talbot 90 Mark II from 1952. And next we have the Triumph Herald there. There we are. Triumph Herald. You can tell, there we are. Test Mark 1 big one, 2 litre, 6 cylinder there. In white, there we are. Triumph Test, 2 litre. Bit of musical accompaniment here. Morgan from 1934 here, the Jag, got the Jag, your XJ6 I'd say, XJ6 mid-1990s. There we are. Straight XJ6, there we are. First in 3 years. Got the coach here as well. Road coach Alfred Gwynne Vanderbilt came to England from the United States in the early 1900s. It was so moved by the romantic legend of the 18th and 19th century English road coach era that he put his considerable resources into driving road coaches. Using teams of 4 horses, he followed the old coaching routes and carried fare-paying passengers. He drove the vehicles himself. Most coaches of this type, including this one, the Comet, built by Cowlard and Selby, date from about 1890. There we are, the 1890 coach. Sadly though, moving on, reading more about Alfred, he lost his life. There we are, May the 1st, 1915, Alfred Vanderbilt boarded the Lusitania bound for Liverpool. On May the 7th, off the coast of Ireland, a German U-boat torpedoed the ship, triggering an explosion that sank the ocean liner within 18 minutes. Alfred Vanderbilt lost his life after passing his life jacket to another passenger. This is one of an accumulation of incidents that led to the United States joining the war in 1917, outside the Angel here in Coleford. Witch shops. History there as well. Austin Healy here. There we are. The Aradale model. Certainly a rare vehicle. Triumph TR250, and the police are here, the Triumph Herald here. Of course, there was a time of year they used to call these Panley cars, because they were Panley cars, they were black and white, but this one's actually blue and white. Triumph former police car here. Looks like they had quite a few of them. There we are. They even call it the Panley car here, 1967. Accrington, near Manchester. Scheme saw the introduction of the first Panley cars at the request of the Home Office Research and Planning Plans. It's a pilot scheme set up with the Pontypool division of Monmouthshire Constabulary to assess different methods of policing. The division had 5 sectors, and each one was equipped with a vehicle working 24 hours a day, supported by a residential beat officer and an attached detective. There we are. Certainly a workhorse in the day. more modern Fords, the older and the not so old here. A few Ritz car here. Now, 4 Granada 3 litre. Rare car, the Triumph 2000 Estate. Aston Martin. Triumph TR6.
What's her name? And she's going to get used to Andrew Shalom.
I think ultimately, if you turned up in a similar size vehicle,
Yeah, if you booked in as a Robin Reliant, you'd turn up and do it like a car too.
Mini coming in here.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you did. In my hand I
late 80s. Giant TR3, yeah. Now the Jag has gone. Trump Herald. Of course, I have a few of these there. Probably something to do with the pandemic, I expect, and not being used, and various other reasons why people's lives change. Getting older than themselves, probably as well. 1965, Trump Herald's sake. That's awesome. This is Austin Heath Bright, I believe. Great for the summer. Lotus as well.
Took me 21 years to actually do it.
American police are here. Rover 2000, P6 2000, as used in the TV series. Inspector George Gently on ITV. Main car by the actor Martin Shaw. In the early part of the century. Made in 1967. Next door we have the Aston Martin. Something's gone. Ford Escort there, RS 2000. Triumph Herald there. Railway next door. Great Western Railway Museum. Triumph Herald there. The Austin Apache brought in from South Africa. Got the stove on here, a cup of tea. The Austin Cambridge there. Nice to see them back on the Jaguar. This is the XJ Sovereign, yeah. Full leather. And the XJ Executive here. In Coleford. Duchess, there we are, 1961. Austin A60 Cambridge, built 7 weeks after the introduction of the A60 models, making this a very these Triumphs were in from South Wales. There we go. GTR 4A, there we go, and others here. This is the MGF. Morris Minor convertible, there we are. Just right for the summer. Cotswold Classic Car Club. And the Morris Minor. Aston Martin next door now, Aston Martin Vanquish, 4-litre V12. There we are. And the MGB GT here. From early 70s. There's some further cars, the Triumph TR6 here. MGB GTV8, MGB Roadster there. And next door, Japanese import, the MX-5. Later version of the MX-5 Mazda Japanese import. Now, these are made in Japan, unlike some of the other cars in the country, made at the various Japanese car factories in Britain. This is made in Japan. There's no Mazda factory in Britain. Don't think there's that many in Europe. Of course, amalgamation with Ford a few years ago. I think Ford owned quite a high stake in a Mazda. The MG yeah, as well.
We crossed the Severn Bridge. The police said you can't cross with the roof rack on there. I said it's really sorry. So you actually got that.
But here we have the S-Type Jaguar 3.4 manual here. Route 77 charity car run 4th of September later in the year. Whitminster in from 8 o'clock in the morning. There we are, Rotary Clubs of Severn Vale. There we are, that lovely S-Type Jag. Now, what's this next door? An import here. NSU. Defunct German make. Makes a change, of course. Ford Zephyr. And others here. American car. The old basic 80s Ford Escort. There we are. Great thing about these, nothing might go wrong. Peugeot 309. An American kind of, what's this here? So, people around there in from Nashville, Tennessee. Not sure what it is, mind you. Left-hand drive. It's a Chevrolet, there we are. We're never making big cars. It's like too big for the British roads, but down here we've got something more suited. Some of the Morris Minor. There we are. Track for the summer.
Near my neck.
Lot of car influences here as well from Rolls Royce 1300 Morris Marine engine. And there's parts, there we are. Bring it bang up to date. Toyota Celica 5-speed manual gearbox, there we are. Of course, for the later amendments, of course, the Marines were a car used up till 83 or so. Well, the successor being the Italian. This is the Morris Minor. See how modern it is inside. The seats there, steering wheel, all very modern. Indicator stalks and everything else, very modern. And the alloys there, possibly owned by a young couple who've customised it there. Here in Coleford Carnival of Transport here in Coleford, first in 3 years. More Jags here. Possibly 3.6. Manual. Beg your pardon, 3.4. We have a Lotus Elite 2.2 alongside.
Ashton, get a photo of Christine.
No, what I do is I don't.
Certainly brand in its own right, well worth looking for a British made car made in Oxford. Very popular over the last 20 years. commercial stock here as well in Coleford. It's a Bedford TK 220 diesel, there, 1973. Bedford lorry here. Local as well, Sunderford, not that far away. Les Brown. Another Bedford here. It's a Dormville here as well. Bedford CF Bedouin, 1972. Purchased in 2013, ongoing restoration project. Next door we have Fordson Thames here. ARF, there we are. Late 60s. Just the front end tractor units. Some Land Rovers here as well. That's how popular these are. Beast, about 1990. The year when they brought in the 90, 110 and 130. Willis Viasa Jeep, there we are. American import.
Yeah.
MGB, the Trans Stag, and the Marina, there we are. Rep's favourite. I think the first to sell, 1972, first to sell 1 million, I believe. Let's see if you're at the Longbridge Rally. Also a workhorse Ital van here. Ital pickup next door. In red, there we are. And even got Cresta by pump to Her Majesty the Queen Agricultural Machinery Suppliers. There we go. John Wilder. This one, everything to survive due to perhaps they were used so harshly as workhorses. They wouldn't lasted into such classic territory. 700 since new, 1275 CCA series engine, leaded fuel, 1984. First registered 1984, but it was made in 1981, Longbridge. They made at Cowley between 1972 and 1983, and production was moved to Longbridge for vans and pickups for batch production in the last 2 years of production. There we are. Restoration cost 10,000 to date. MOT record show 3,000 miles in the last 10 years to 2017, that is. Only about 2016, there's only about 30 Ital 575s left. Like I said, they were used for workhorses and vans didn't generally last, especially the builders' vans, and the way they were abused didn't last. We're doing high mileage and everything else, and there's other abuses they didn't last. But this one's lasted very well, the old Ital van from 1984. He's got a period taxis there from 83, or we wouldn't register till 84. Well, there are French import here. The Citroen. Popular with the French farms. Quirky designs, and of course passenger operated windscreen washer as well. So you get in the car and all the water would fly up. Of course, the windows would normally fly open, certainly on the two TVs. I don't know about these. Another British stock here. MGB Roadster. Ex-race car, there was. A few imports here. A few American. A few German cars. Japanese here. And we have Toyota Celica from 1975, 1000 GT, and the Ford Escort XR3. Now, I'm not sure if the XR3 or the XR3i, which came out later. The XR3i, anyway, that was the one to have. Well, on to a few other exhibits showcased here. We've got a few tractors here. John Deere. American tractor. 1951. Massey Harris from 1937. Pacemaker. ERF as well here represented. ERF Gardner. Another one next door. And we have more tractors, but also we have lovely old Daimler limousine there. It's the DS 420 next to the tractor unit here. Vintage vehicle and machinery club. There we are. Lovely amount of space in the back for the wedding. Queen Mother used to go around in one of these. There we are. This is a very late production model. Don't think too many of these towards the end. There we are. Another show advertisement. No, right up. More tractors here. Ford here. Ford's major diesel, 1952. Bought in 2014. Some people in Lydney. Rebuilt, stripped and rebuilt, and sprayed. There we are. Good condition there. Coming on nicely there. That's probably more or less complete. German tractor here, 1953. There we are. After the war. What do we do? We were making a lot of tractors here at the time. Came to the UK in 2018, so that's when it's come here. Probably more of a novelty than anything else. There we are, the Fordson next door as well. Lovely old Morris Minor from 1955, and it's got a good history. And there we are, very early Morris Minor. memorabilia here as well. A few photographs. For a traveller. Lovely old 1958 Austin big 7. There we are. Sorry, 1938, beg pardon. Austin big 7. 1938. Stalls here.
You've only got them for the time.
Yeah, I gotta come down here. There we are, you'd say it was the Austin, the Morris side and Ramsack in Austin. Thousand bad. Austin Minor, there we are. They were badged as Austin in the early years of production. But very similar to the Morris. Workhorse is very popular in the day. Such in demand that garages had to be able to have a list of people who wanted them. Workhorse of the day. Used right up until the 80s. Morris FGK 4965 2-ton drop size lorry powered by 6-cylinder 4-litre petrol engine. There we are. Sadly, Don Morris of Blakeney died in 2018. Not that far away. Now owned by his eldest son Nigel Norris of Brawval in the Forest of Dean. Leyland. There we are. Comes the Leyland badge there. Go right up to around about 1979. Well, tractor, not usually British made, mind you. There aren't many tractors made here now, if any. The only tractors made here now, I think, is New Holland. Most Ferguson are made in France, and others are made various other places, not in Britain, unfortunately. They're international here, totally. It's written the International Harvester Corporation of America. 1919 House Collection Forest D. Of course, they made tractors here over the years subsequently. Similar in some way to a Morgan. Kit cars are non-standard. Similar to a Triumph. Black TR7 TR8. It's actually a V8. Similar, isn't it? It's obviously been modified.
That's lovely.
Grinnell V8, there we are. Grinnell V8. Assembly in Horsley. Grinnell Registrar. Original unique wishbone front suspension. Ford Cosworth anti-roll bar. And various ratings. Axles. There's other parts, there we are. Fiberglass body. Modified. Different power to standard TR7. 2+2 conversion. Well, there we are. So presumably there are seats in the back. Certainly something different here at Coleford Festival of Transport. This is the TR7 V8 conversion. There you are. Grinnell cast 1992. And on to the Land Rovers. A few more Land Rovers here. Military. What's this? The forward drive, isn't it they call it?
It's
Forward drive?
it is forward, right? Yeah, but it's called forward control because
Forward control.
So that's it because you're sort of sat.
Yeah, I was going to say forward.
Forward, right.
Forward control. Yeah, there we are. The forward control. Actually, is forward drive as well. There we are. There's the seating position. There we are. Forest Dean Land Rover Group. And another one next door. Very popular with the military over the years. Looks like it might have been owned by a coal merchant. You can see how old they are. Go back main to the late 70s and early 80s. You see why the military use them. And there were discoveries here as well. Various descriptions. Bringing the Mark II. Land Rover Series 1. Very popular, highly valued. Series 1.
The only thing is if I go to a pub, if I go to come and fetch me,
There, another Series 1. 86-inch 2-litre petrol, 1955. Another one next door.
so if he went to pick him up at 11 o'clock, he wasn't there.
Land Rover owner both came off production line the same day. Yeah. 20th of December 1950, and there we are. So see how old he is then. Over 70. Land Rover Series 3 here. Catch on, I think we have to go through water with that pipe up the side there. Series 3. Forest D Land Rover Group. And next door, a Discovery 2. British stock as well here. The coveted Rovers and Jags, these sports cars of yesteryear.
The next time I see you will be
First of its type in 3 years, especially with the relentless pandemic. automobilia here as well, various dance stalls. And now we have a few other cars here. American cars here. Further British stock. In Coleford. So it's not a church mile, it's just a tower. Forest of Dean. Centre of Coleford here, old Austin 7 here. Because the non-stand was put together in 1996, 97. Non-standard bonnet, everything else, class C workman factory. During the Easter break, they came in and worked overtime. There we are. The official there. Certainly different. Seats and everything else are very different. It's going to be a big one. Also re-registered. Original car of 1967. It must be on for lunchtime. Rolls Royce, Mini here, parked there. And the Rolls Royce next door. Vintage Rolls Royce. Vauxhall DX46 there, 1937. Filming him. 1963. So the Anger Super 123E. Italian import here. 1962. What's here? Up. Made in Turin now. Ford Escort. Got the fish and chips there. Part of the cars up here in Coleford. Carnival of Transport. Lovely old Austin 7. Since I'm chummy first went in 1922. Cost new £148. This one's called Iris. Lee Francis, 40 horsepower, 1948. Dogs and all. Morris 10 for there. Morris 10 for. Amongst the fish and chips here. Trump Herald here. Certainly very popular in the day, these cars. 1360, the early original Fiat 500. Here we have the minis, and certainly the earlier mini made up to year 2000 when the new one came out in 2001, actually, later part 2001. A very popular car. There we are, the 30th anniversary mini, and there was a book. There we are, 30 years on. Here's the mini, 1989. And the Mini Cooper, a very popular sports Mini Cooper here. Another cars here. The Morris Minor, the MC of course. Minor 5. BTT for sale here. There we are. 1800cc, 1970. There we are. The wire wheels, everything else there. Jaguar E-Type there as well. The lovely old E-Type Jag. Like nothing else, certainly in the 60s, but I think it was the same. I think it was called a Poetry in Motion. Little imports here as well, of course. Little Citroen, some will say the ugly DS, there we are, the old French import. Triumph TR6 here. Ask Valley Classic car come here as well. Lovely old Jag here now, isn't it? XK150. XK150. And made in 1960. There we are. September 1960. Triumph TR4 alongside.
Yeah, it's a busy day. People will talk to you.
Anything else very different? Might not have heard of, but it's a small company. Lovely old 1927 Daimler trading up there. Daimler. 227. 1927. Triumph Stag here as well. The old Triumph Stag ready for summer. Hope you run the cars. Suzuki. BMW. Getting all markets. Yamaha. There we are. Further Japanese stock. AJS. There we are. Back to the British. AJS. Because they are making Royal Enfield again in India. Triumph here as well. Regal Raptor. Aerial there. Right, warehouse out here as well. Wonder if there's any Barber International. And Yamaha. Not sure what this is. Has been in the Japanese.
Didn't know whether to take you seriously.
Raw mail bike there. Triumph here as well. Bikes. Still going strong.
Under the tree.
Just in case.
There you go.
Here in Coleford, Festival of Transport, the first one to be held in 3 years.